we'll talk about the OTT workflow, and that is quite wide area and wide topic. So we decided early on to sort of focus our discussions from ingest, I would say, in the beginning of transcoding, packaging, throughout DRM, throughout the distribution part, and to the clients and players. That's the area we will cover, and our first part of the agenda will go through each of the steps and talk a little bit about where we see the challenges and where we see the parts where you can really optimize and ensure that you have a stable workflow. So starting from the ingest transcoding packaging part, what's your experience there, Vinay? Where do you see the challenges and where do you see the efficiencies to be made?
Being a traditional broadcaster, we were never in a position that, okay, we started everything from cloud. So we have a lot of hybrid stuff still, but we are on a journey in a lot of ways. And some of the workflows, and the way I always try to explain it to people, that we have a lot of VOD workflows and we have simulcast streaming workflows and all. So some of those workflows, a good chunk, we have migrated onto cloud, which we are very happy. What we are seeing is now, the journey with the cloud has been a little bit of like, there has been some roadblocks because we realize, okay, some of the stuff is not that mature, but some of that is, and rest a lot is hybrid in nature. So some of our transcoding farms are still running on the on-prem tech, very soon to be migrated onto cloud. So yeah, in a way, it's a lot hybrid in that way. We very actively see cloud as the future thing, but again, are we still there? I would say like, yeah, another probably few years till we get it fully, tried and trialed, and then optimized enough to provide the playback experience which we want to give to our consumers. So that's where we are.
I was hoping that we'll be there a little bit quicker, but I agree with you. It's still a year or two away, I would say. How about you, James? You're partnering up with quite some vendors when it comes to encoding, packaging. What trends do you see, and what challenges do you see there?
I think I actually echo what Vinay was saying, is that especially in the broadcast space, that there isn't the technology isn't there necessarily for them to move 100% to the cloud. And this is where Cast Labs are actually coming from, is that we're trying to enable the movement towards the cloud through multiple different technologies. And again, the issue of convergence as well comes in. So moving away from proprietary technologies and making the most of what's already out there. And so this is actually quite the philosophy that we take at Cast Labs, and build upon these open source, open standard solutions, as well as working with partners, as you mentioned, to build out this good workflow solution, to then make it easier to adopt the cloud.